Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley at SprinkledWithGlitter.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today I am sharing this fun and whimsical card featuring some brand new products from Pinkfresh Studios' May 2023 release, including this butterfly garden stamp, coordinating die, and stencil set. I think this is so fun. I especially love those little tiny butterflies that are in here, and they're gonna be kind of like my little accents throughout the scene I'm creating. I'm also using the Magic is in You stencil and coordinating die set, and we're gonna do a little color mixing on these stencils to create some kind of custom blends. Now, I love the idea of the terrarium die, but it's a little large for what I wanted, so I'm going to use the nested arches hot foils and coordinating dies to create kind of a little faux terrarium on my card front. Now, I'm going to start with the one-piece stamp from the Butterfly Garden stamp set. I'm mounting it in my Misty stamping tool, and I'm going to heat emboss this in white embossing powder. So I'm going to prep the surface of my cardstock using my powder tool, and then I'm going to ink up in Versamark ink and stamp that onto my cardstock. Now I'm using a larger piece of cardstock because I just like that. And I did want to mention that I am using Concord and Ninth white cardstock. I've found that this is a great cardstock for ink blending as well as foiling. And then once I've stamped this, I'm going to remove it from my Misty stamping tool. I'm going to add my Wow Super Fine Detail embossing powder, and then I'm going to heat set that. Now, I know it looks invisible on the screen right now, but I promise it's there and you can see it in real life. And you're going to see that pattern and design come to life here as I add my stenciling over the top. So I'm starting out with stencil number 1. I'm lining that up with the stamped lines, and there are a couple of butterfly pieces on this. Now it's mostly greenery, but I don't want my butterflies to be green. So I'm taking just little small pieces of mint tape. This is from scrapbook.com, but you could also use Post-it tape or masking tape or even washi tape to just kind of mask off those butterfly areas. Then I'm going to ink blend over all the greenery using fresh pear ink. I'll wipe off the extra ink, move those masks down, and I'm using bubblegum ink along with my 1/2-inch blending brushes from Pinkfresh Studio to blend on the majority of that area. And then I'm going in with the 1/4-inch blending brushes to add just a tiny bit of candy violet to those corners. Now, I love these really tiny blending brushes from Pinkfresh Studio because it allows me to get just small amounts of ink into the areas that I want, especially on these really tiny images. And so as I move throughout the stencils, I'm going to be masking off certain areas where the butterflies might be close to the greenery, or I'm trying to avoid getting into flowers or something like that. But you can see it's really easy to do. And then I'm just adding color in using my 1/2-inch or my 1/4-inch blending brushes, depending on the size of the area that I have to work with. And once again, I'm adding a little bit of shading to these floral images using those 1/4-inch blending brushes. And I'm moving throughout the stencils. I've just gone in order here. But by using these smaller blending brushes, I'm also able to just make my flowers different colors all over the stencil. Now, if you're using a larger blending brush, you can control that to a certain extent, but really these small blending brushes help me to kind of stay within the areas that I want my color. Now, on several of those areas, I mixed colors together, which is giving me kind of a custom blend, and I'm doing the same thing with these mushrooms. I started out with a little bit of warm buff and some lemon whip on the base, and now I'm coming into the mushroom tops, and I'm starting with apricot ink, and I'm kind of blending those over on the right-hand side. And then I'm moving into sparkling rose, and I'm kind of bringing that the rest of the way across the mushroom. And I have to insert here that this color combination was inspired by All by Grace C on Instagram. She created these beautiful mushroom and terrarium cards featuring this set, and I wanted to see if I could kind of come up with a similar color combination. And so on the left side of these mushrooms, I'm adding just a little bit of candy violet, and I'm kind of blending those all together. And this is creating a 3-color blend that is absolutely gorgeous. Now for the details on the mushroom bases, I'm just going in with warm buff. And there are several other images on this stencil that I am not blending because I only needed really that medium-sized mushroom on this. And I didn't want to take the time to blend all of the different colors for the different greenery and stuff that's included on the stencil set. So I'm just focusing on the mushrooms because that's what I needed, and I needed to get this stuff done today. So once I have all of my images ink blended, I'm using the coordinating one-piece dies, running that through my Anna Griffin Impress machine and die cutting all of those images out. And now I am going to hot foil my nested arch onto some white cardstock using some champagne foil. I've allowed my hot foil plate to heat up on the platform. Then I removed the base from the platform, put it onto the platform of my Platinum 6. I added my foil and my cardstock and my shim and spacer pad, and then I ran that through my Platinum 6, and you can see I got a beautiful foiled image. I have started now with the Glimmer machine, adding my foil when I get it over to the Platinum 6, and I'm finding that I get a lot less overfoiling that way. So if you're having trouble with overfoiling, try adding your foil on right before you send it through your die cut machine. Now to add a little bit of color onto the background of this foiled arch, which you can see I've die cut, I'm going to use the aquamarine ink and just mask off the white edges that are around this foiled pattern and just add a little bit of that to the center of the arch, and then I can remove those post-it notes. And I'm going to use a white gel pen to add a few white dots to the cap of my mushroom. And I have to say, I think this mushroom feels so much like a fairy tale land. In fact, I think the card overall feels like this kind of fairy wonderland with all of these delicate greeneries and tiny little butterflies and this fun colored mushroom. And I thought the white dots were perfect on the cap of this mushroom. So now that I have everything kind of ready to go, I'm going to start adding my elements, starting out with this vine and floral image from the Butterfly Garden stamp and coordinating die set. I'm just adding that on to the edge of my little arch there with a little bit of liquid glue. I'm going to take another one of those vines, add it there with some liquid glue as well. And I've left the edges where I can kind of curl them up to add some dimension. I've added that teeny tiny butterfly on top of my mushroom. I'm going to add a second one kind of over up towards the top left here. I'm just kind of figuring out where I want it all. And then I'm going to add my mushroom on with some foam adhesive. Now, while I'm adhering all of this together, I thought I should mention that earlier you may have seen me take a bone folder to the bottom of my foiled arch. When I ran this through my Anna Griffin Impress machine, I cut into the magnetic portion of the sandwich, and that added a little bit of wrinkling to the bottom of my foiled arch. So I just smoothed that out just a little bit with my bone folder. It turned out okay in the end, but in this particular case, because the cut line was so close to the foiled image and the magnetic sheet has a little bit of give to it, it gave me that kind of wrinkling to the bottom of my foil. So the next time that I do this, I'll probably use the clear plastic cutting plate to cut into in lieu of the magnetic portion. So if you're working with an Anna Griffin Impress machine, just kind of keep that in mind. Now to finish off the card, I've die cut the Curvy Foliage die from some vellum a couple of times. I'm adding that to my card base, and then I'm adding this entire scene along with that sentiment, which is from the Wonderful Sentiments hot foil and coordinating die set, to my card front using some foam adhesive because I like big cards and I cannot lie. Now I'll finish this off with some iridescent drops from Pinkfresh Studio. I'm adding them with my dual-tipped embellishment tool, which I absolutely love, by the way, and just a little bit of liquid glue. And that finishes off my card today, featuring the Butterfly Garden product suite along with the Magic is in You die and coordinating layering stencil set. I absolutely love this fairy wonderland feel. and all of the beautiful blends that I got by kind of mixing colors together within the same image. I think that's so much fun. And if you could see this card in person, you would see all of the dimension and life that is brought to these images by using the multiple colors of ink. So I hope it's something that you'll try when you create your next card project. As always, I will have links to the featured products used in this project in the description at YouTube. So if you're looking for something in particular, be sure you check there. Thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of the paper crafting and card making video tutorials that I share here. Drop me a comment below and let me know which of these products that I used today is your favorite. I cannot wait to hear. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.